Hi everybody and welcome to For Dance Sake. Welcome. It's good to be with you again, and I hope that life is treating you very well wherever you are in your part of the world and that you're seeing lots of good things come your way. For me, well, I know that some good things are coming my way because it's almost spring. Well, it should be almost spring. It's April, right? I live in Montreal and we've been having an interesting transition from winter into spring. Everything is just going haywire. A bit of snow, a bit of sun, a bit of rain, a bit of sleet, and some of them all in one day. I am really, really looking forward to spring and getting out of winter. I was hoping to be back with you a bit sooner, but I am here sooner than I feared. If you saw my last video, then you'd know that I've been struggling a bit with getting into a creative flow with making YouTube videos and all the other types of creative things that I do. And I went into that in depth, so you can check that out. What I'd like to do today is give a bit of an update on that creative block situation that I was working through. And I'd like to focus on one particular idea that keeps us stuck. And that is that question of whether it makes sense to prioritize our artistic work even when it's not financially rewarding. So when it's not bringing any income and you're not making any money from it. That's what I would like to explore today. But first of all, if you're new to this channel, a special welcome to you. My name is Natalie, and I make videos about my creative journey, my journey as a dancer and an adult ballet student, and other topics that I find interesting. So please have a look around at the videos, and if you like, do subscribe. Okay, so let me tell you how it's going with the creative block. I think, I've made some progress, yet there's still challenges. I still make lots of plans that I don't follow through with. And I think, the reason why might be because of the fact that I'm nervous. And this nervousness makes me procrastinate. And obviously this is not a good thing. So I'm working on it. But one of the biggest challenges, and the one I want to focus on today, is the challenge of making time for my creative projects, scheduling time for my creative projects. Now, I've been thinking a lot about why this is so difficult. And I think it's because I don't consider my creative projects to be as important as many other things, such as anything that leads to income, my job, or creating more opportunity to earn. And at this point, these creative projects, my dancing, my YouTube videos, I do not earn from these things. And so they just are not as much of a big priority. I think this conflict of whether to prioritize art over things that make income more easily is one that many artists are familiar with. It can take a while for an artistic endeavor to mature into something that's financially viable. It can take a long time, and many artists actually do not even get to the end where they can see this happen, which is unfortunate. But even if you don't expect that your creative project, your artistic project is going to be financially viable, is it still worth it to prioritize your art? As I express my thoughts about this, I'm trying to encourage myself as much as I am trying to be of benefit to anybody else out there who is struggling with this type of problem, this type of conflict inside. In our society, I feel that artists are undervalued, and that's not a good thing. However, I really believe that creative expression in the arts is a reward in and of itself. We live in this world where financial gain is considered so important. Um, and I myself find that I'm influenced by these general values. So every now and then, you know, you're making what you make and you're wondering, well, what is the point? So I have to remind myself. And when I think about reasons for why one should make art, even though there's no financial reward, I think the first of these reasons is because it's fun. You make art because it's enjoyable. And the reason why it's enjoyable, in my opinion, is because for an artist, creative expression in the arts is natural. It's innate. It's just the way that you express yourself. And it just feels good to be able to communicate in this way. Aside from the fact that it feels good, I feel that making art is a great opportunity for just personal development in many different ways, whether it be mentally, or physically, or even emotionally, right, or spiritually. There's a chance for you to challenge yourself, learn new skills that help to develop you and to build character in many different ways. For example, we learn how to solve problems, and we learn collaborative skills, and we learn patience. In terms of dancing, it's a chance to develop physically. So there's just so many ways in which one can grow by being involved in making art and working on an artistic discipline. But also, something very good happens when you take the step of sharing your art with other people. I think there is a sort of bi-directional exchange of value that's not necessarily financial, but it's very wonderful all the same. And for the artist, or for me, it's an opportunity to share who I really am, share my identity, and share my thoughts, my ideas, my values, my beliefs, share something of who I truly am. And I think in doing so, I'm presenting one of the best aspects, or one of the best parts of myself to the world. And so when I do this, I feel complete, and I feel very present. And so this is a sort of value that comes to me. But for others, I think they're also benefiting from me sharing my art. It's an opportunity for me to teach others, to maybe offer a different perspective of the world, to maybe inspire, or even just to make people feel good. So I think all of these things are of great value. They are of great value not only to the artist, but to the person who is experiencing the art that the artist makes. So this is something that we shouldn't overlook in favor of just financial reward. Another quality of art that is very valuable is its ability to enhance health. And I think it's well known that people work as art therapists and even dance therapists, and they help people to recover from emotional and mental distress. But even without therapy, I think art has the ability to help people live healthier lives, because maybe it goes back to what I said before about it being a creative outlet, an ability, a way to express yourself that in a way that is honest. And from that honest self-expression, people find release and that release is healthy. If after considering all of these good reasons to make art, we still need a financial motive, I think it's worthwhile to consider the fact that it can be very difficult to quantify the financial value that art is bringing to our lives if it's at the stage where it's not yet bringing income from the exchange of products and services. But that doesn't mean that that value doesn't exist. The value is still there. Whether or not you're considering indirect financial benefits or just looking at it as benefits in a non-financial sense, I think that we have enough reason to schedule making art in our day-to-day lives, and maybe increasing the level of priority that we give it so that it isn't the last thing that we do after we attend to everything else. So I'm going to be going forward with trying to maintain this perspective and letting it influence me and my creativity and open my creative flow so that I can be more productive. And I hope that it can help you too. Given the topic of today's video, I think it's very appropriate for me to leave you with these clips of me working on a creative project. And this is going to be my dance for spring. So it's still in a very early stage, but I'm going to be working on this. If you have any ideas or you'd like to contribute to this project, please leave a comment below, and maybe there'll be some way that we can work on it together, even virtually. So that would be very nice to hear from you. I hope that you enjoyed the video, and I look forward to being with you again next time. Bye!